want to share with you a story about how Dean Rose from Brown University and Jordan from Manitowish helped a student named Wayne from Zion Benton High School with stoichiometry. So this all started 9 years ago when I had the opportunity to go to Camp Manitowish. Now, during this time, I was very young and had a lot of growing to do. And for me, it was very important to show to everyone that I was really smart. And I did this in two ways. One was when anyone asked a question, I raised my hand and I answered. And the second one was whenever I said anything that was wrong, I made sure to prove to them that they were wrong and that they understood that they were wrong. Yeah, so that was really annoying. But I had a lot of growing to do. One day we were out in the lake and Jordan thanked me for my energy. And he said, "Thank you so much for the energy that you bring to the group, for always participating. But I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you to use that energy to get the other students around you to participate as much as you do." And he really got me thinking about the fact that I could shine, but making other people shine. The next year, I had the opportunity to go to Brown University and take a class in leadership. And during that class, we talked a lot about service and how important it was to give back using the things that we already had. Dean Rose gave a talk about leadership and effective leadership skills. She talked about how to communicate with people. I asked a lot of questions during that talk because I still ask a lot of questions. And afterwards, I went and I said, it's impossible for me to not shout out an answer the moment that I think of it. And she said, "That's not true. I believe that you can do it. You just have to wait and you have to believe that you can do it." So here's a tip that I'm going to give you. Before you speak again, let two other people speak before you. And that way you will get into a habit of letting other people speak before you. And so she continued to empower me in the way that Jordan did by telling me to use my energy to help others around me. I came back home to Waukegan High School, and I had the opportunity to take over a club called Bulldog Inc. And so what they did was community service. We painted the walls of the high school in an attempt to make it better and to boost school morale. And so we did that. And so this really only required 5 hours of my time, and I was willing to give it because I wanted to see change in my community. And at first we had 10 volunteers, 20 volunteers, 30 volunteers, 50, 300 volunteers, 200 volunteers, and over 300 hours of community service. And you could feel the energy. Everybody was happy. Everybody felt proud. Everyone felt that they were contributing something. I graduated from high school, and I went on to Brown for undergrad. And during my time at Brown, I took every opportunity that I can to give back as well, being a mentor. I graduated from Brown. I had the opportunity to work with the Schuler Scholar Program. Again, another opportunity to give back. And something really cool happened about 3 weeks ago when I was preparing for my TED Talk. I help students with math and science, and I had a student come in, Jordan, and said, "I need help with stoichiometry." And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I can help you." And the period ended, and so she said, "I'm going to go and I'll come back." And then when she came back, she didn't come back alone. She came back with Wayne, who was not part of her program, but was one of her friends. And so she walks in and she says, "I'm going to teach him, but I need you to make sure that I'm not giving him incorrect information." And so I said, "Sure, I'll do that." But as she was talking to him, I felt so happy and proud because that morning I had empowered her to feel comfortable with the stoichiometry. And now, that same day, she was doing it on to someone else. And so I'm not going to tell you anything that you guys don't already know. People do unto others as it is done unto them. Imagine a domino effect. You make the first domino fall, and then they all fall. But that's finite. Humanity is infinite. You influence one person, and it will continue going on and on and on and on. I don't think that Dean Rose or Jordan had any idea of the influence that they had in my lives. And because of them, I had influence in other people's lives. Everyone here, and again, this is not new, you all have the power to be that first domino that sets a chain of events into action. I think that you often forget that you have that power. It can be something as small as laughing at someone when they're giving a TED Talk, or going to a soccer match, or telling somebody to write a poem, to read a presentation. Something as simple as taking 2 minutes to give someone advice can make a huge difference. And this is important for 2 reasons. Imagine if everyone sitting in this room set into events a chain of empowerment. Imagine the amount of change that we can create in this world. Change that is very much needed. 2, imagine the amount of students that we could help with stoichiometry. That's a lot of students that we could help. And I know for a fact that everyone sitting here wants to know that they helped at least one student with stoichiometry. Thank you.